Hey everybody, John Van Dyke here for New Jersey Exposed. Today is Saturday, November 5th, 2022. Time is 5:26 p.m. Jersey time, and might I say, a very pleasant Jersey time. We went up to low 670s today. Sunshine, some clouds, but it's just a spectacular day. I would do these videos outside right now, but there's a little breezy out there, so that creates a problem with the microphone. So you're going to get me in the van here. Anyway, just to show you, I am on Facebook, Gunnison Undercover. I encourage everybody to go over to that page. Every day I post stories about our heroes, and you can use that as a reference. So if any of these bootlickers, these blue goose swallowers that go balls deep on the blue, want to argue about something, it's a great reference point to go. You can go right to this page, scroll down, find a story that you want to use, and you can take that and post that back to the person, or you can take one of my videos if you want also. But there's the page. So anyway, I haven't done any videos in a while, in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it is. So I just want to go down some of the stories that have been out there, because I've concluded that child sexual exploitation of children is their #1 go-to crime, followed by violence against women, which would be rape and stalking and beating their girlfriends up. They like to choke their girlfriends, I noticed that, and their wives, they like to rough them up. And then it's followed by drunk driving. That seems to be another biggie one. So anyway, let's just go down it real quick. This is going to be a short video. I just posted one. Ex-Brookfield cop linked to nude photo investigation arrested, police say. Well, isn't that nice? And let's see, that came out the other day. Next one up. Ex-cop convicted of laundering COVID relief funds. That's out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. There's the story right there. Let's see what else we got. Oh, look at this one. Probation order for Wichita cop who traded child porn, stalked co-workers on Instagram. Now, by the way, folks, I do not search for a specific crime when I do these. All I type in is police officer charged, police officer arrested, police officer sentenced. I may also do cop arrested, cop charged, etc., etc. And whatever comes up, comes up. And if it's relevant, if it's new, I put it up there. So I'm not taking certain stories and putting on it to try to make my narrative fit my narrative. I'm talking, what you're hearing out of my mouth is the truth. It's what I have. Ex-cop gets probation for fentanyl distribution. Well, that's good to know. He was out protecting and serving, wasn't he? Maui now. Former Maui police officer sentenced to 10 years for attempted child enticement. Oh, that's nice. Well, let's get a good look at his face right there. There you go. Another hero. Off-duty Miami-Dade police officer shot in domestic dispute by ex-girlfriend, police say. Well, this one, it's not funny because he got shot, but she shot him in the head. I read the story, and I guess this is one for the badge bunny, right? Sometimes the badge bunnies win, but I believe his girlfriend is a cop. So that's why she's got the gun. All right, what did it say? Okay, St. Petersburg police officer arrested on domestic battery charges, faces suspension. Oh, look at that. Domestic violence. Who was he domestic? Well, let's click on this real quick. See who he was beating up. Lieutenant Robert Turner was arrested. Accused him of slapping. Oh, after his adult daughter accused him of slapping her in the face. So he slapped his daughter in the face. And, well, is anybody surprised? Because violence is the only thing they know how to do. That's all they know how to do is violence. Violence is how they solve a problem. I guess in law enforcement, that's all you need to know, right? Just violence. 2 Tulare, T-U-L-A-R-E, that's Tulare, officers arrested at Halloween party. 3 on paid leave amid probe into incident. There was a fight or something broke out on that one there. Chicopee police officer placed on temporary duty assignment after being arrested for drunken driving. Retired Miami Beach police sergeant arrested on domestic violence charge. Oh, there you go. There he is. Let's see. Let's continue. Buffalo police are charged with unsafe storage of gun. So he left his gun in a car. I think that was a deal taxi or something. Oh, what else? Give me your name. Oh, nope, I don't want that one there. 20 cops try. Nope, that's a video that I posted to somebody else. Union City police officer charged with DWI assault by auto and off-duty crash. Oh, another drunken cop. They're very thirsty, these cops. Former Oro Valley Police school resource officer caught up in child sting. Oh, look at that. What a surprise. You know, it's not a week goes by. One of them gets caught messing around with children. There he is. Let's just click on this real quick and see what it says. I did read a little bit of it. A former Oro Valley police officer who served as a school resource officer at Canyon Del Oro High for several years has been accused of trying to have sex with underage children in Michigan. Well, it's a high school, so let me get, you put these officers, these bad cops, these psychopaths, not all, they're not all bad. I'm talking about the bad ones now. You take these psychopaths, they're sexual deviants, and you put them around 13 to 14 to 15-year-old girls or boys. Look out. All right, let's get back to the... Oh, officer must pay man's family $4.4 million in fatal shooting. Well, there you go. Take a look at it. See, this is the only way you're going to clean up law enforcement, is that we have to start holding these bad cops accountable. This is the problem. This is why you go to police headquarters and they're rude to you. They're not nice. I'm not saying most of the times I've been in police headquarters, they were all professional with me, but I've had an incident or two where I went in there and the cops weren't that friendly. But this is the problem. There's no accountability. You and I, we go to work, we act up, and somebody complains to the boss. We got to explain ourselves, and we could lose our job. It doesn't happen like that in the law enforcement community. So this cop got hit with $4.4 million. My suggestion to him is pack your bags and move to Florida. Get out of whatever state you're in and go to Florida, because that's where that's where the long arm of the civil court's not going to reach. So that'd be my suggestion to him. Officer identified suspect faces felony charges after violent arrests. That's something I got to look into. There was a very violent arrest. I didn't get a chance to look at it. I've been very busy, folks, so I haven't had a lot of free time. And New Jersey police officer not charged in 2020. I know that story there. Oh, that's a different story. We're probably gonna do one on that. Columbia Police Chief responds to officer shortage. This is another reoccurring theme now, is law enforcement cannot get applicants, and whatever they're getting, I guess, just can't be hired. They're not hireable, or maybe they don't fit the bill. You have to be tall. You have to be tall, big, dumb, and willing to blindly follow orders. So, but of course, I was reading this story here, and the chief basically just whines and cries that, it's not his fault, and they can't understand why nobody wants to be a police, and they say, oh, it's a climate, everybody's picking on the police. No, social media has exposed police generally for what they are, which is a gang. And there's people out there, these young folks coming up, they don't want to do these kind of things. They don't want to go out and extort money from people and beat people up and point guns at them and put them in a cage over bullshit stuff. Local police officer facing charges following domestic dispute. There's another one. Sure, there's a Badge Bunny learn the hard way on that one. Let me continue going. Ex-officer charged of murder, assisting a criminal. Oh, that's nice. That's good to know. More protecting and serving. Baltimore City school police officer charged with child abuse of stepdaughter. Oh, I read a little bit of that one. Let's click on that real quick, see what it has to say. A Baltimore City Public Schools police officer charged with abuse of his stepdaughter, who he accused of assaulting last week, according to charging documents. Gerald Odens, 48, is charged with second-degree child abuse and second-degree assault. He is now on paid leave. Isn't that nice, paid leave? This is why your taxes are so high, folks. If you got accused of child abuse and or arrested, you think your boss would say, hey, stay home, I'll mail you the check? Of course not. He'll tell you to stay home, and when you exonerate yourself, come back, we'll talk. But not in the public service, not in the police community. And this is the big problem that we have. And, this is another one. I'm going to finish up here because I didn't want to make this a long video. But you remember this video here? This is where this carpet muncher made a video and put it up on, I don't know, TikTok or whatever it is. And she's basically running her mouth, telling everybody, if I'm coming down the road and you're in front of me, get the hell out of the way. And I could pull you over and I could find 10 things to write you a ticket for. and it went viral. And so anyway, here's what happened. So we'll click on this real quick. The bitch should be fired, personally. But anyway, so here we go. This is dated September 15th. And this is on Fox 12, Oregon. Washington officer tells TikTok she's allowed to drive 90 miles per hour, gets suspended. Well, don't get too excited on a suspension. In July, a Washington police officer posted a TikTok video that made headlines and rubbed some viewers. Some rubbed a lot of viewers the wrong way. The Federal Way Police Department then suspended her, like get this folks, 10 hours. Now, is there anybody out there employed who could go in your official capacity? So I don't know, say you, wherever you work, you got a badge, a name badge on, or I don't know, you work at Wendy's, you work at McDonald's, you work at the anywhere. You're a plumber, and you go on TikTok with your uniform on and your name prominently displayed on your shirt, and you go on there and you're insulting the very people that you're working for. Do you think your employer is going to tell you, you know what, go home, 10-hour suspension? Hell no. You know what they're going to do? The same thing I would do if I was an employer and I had an employee in my uniform on there running their mouth, insulting my customers or my clientele. They'd be out of a job, period. And I would tell them, don't even ask me for a reference, because you're not going to get one. But, you know, as it is in law enforcement, they get sweetheart deals. They take care of each other. There's no accountability. And this officer got suspended for 10 hours. 10 hours for going on TikTok, running her mouth, insulting the community, telling everybody she's above the law and can do what she wants. And if you don't do what she tells you to do, she's going to write you 100 tickets. Well, the officer has since removed the video from the platform. A Reddit user was able to obtain a copy of it. In a now viral post, they restarted the conversation about the officer's behavior. I'll have to see if I can get that, but, well, it is here, so if I can get it, I'll include it right after this. In the video, federal police officer Brianna Strauss advises motorists on what to do if they spot a police car on the road. If we're driving on the freeway and our police car, get the fuck out of the way, she said, adding, I can go 90 miles an hour. You can't. You can't do that, so get the fuck out of the way. If us officers stay behind you long enough, we can find a reason to pull you over. Some people saw it as implying that police are exempt from the law. Well, we pretty much know that they may not be exempt, but they certainly are held to a different set of rules. Others found it alarming because she claimed police could find a pretext to stop people. Of course, we all know that, and if you don't, you've been living under a rock. Some people believe that she was misusing her position of authority. The Federal Way Police Department launched an investigation following the video, and they investigated themselves, and they found they did nothing wrong. She ended up receiving a 10-hour unpaid suspension for posting the video. Well, isn't that nice? Equal to one shift. Big freaking deal. This bitch should have been, this carpet muncher right here should have been fired. Period. She is what gives law enforcement a bad name. How many people out there watch that video, see her running her mouth, and then look at every other cop? And where's the outrage from the law enforcement community? There's no outrage. If I was a cop, a good cop, which I would be, good meaning that I'm not going to shove it up everybody's ass every time I go out on a call. But if I was a cop, a good cop, and I saw that, I'd be irate. I'd be furious, because this is what is causing problems. It's bad cops like this, and she's still on the force, and this is never going to go away. She, you know, her words that she did is who she really is. And once again, she got a sweetheart deal. Instead of being fired, she got a 10-hour suspension, and she's probably making 6 figures a year. So what's 10 hours? It's nothing. It's a drop in a bucket. All right, that's it. There's more. There's lots of more stories on here. I'm not going to bore you with all of them, but I really would encourage everybody to go to Gunnison Undercover. I know many of you are already there, and see all the wonderful stories I keep putting out there. Oh, here's one more story. We'll finish up. This is out of Nebraska. Ex-Fremont police officer sentenced to decades in prison for sexually assaulting child. Well, isn't that nice, people? And you know, the bootlickers out there, the blue goose swallows that go balls deep on them, they all say things. Oh, I had one the other day on Facebook said to me, oh, where do you get that information for? How do you back that statement up? How I back it up? I just go to my Facebook page and scroll down, or I can go right to my YouTube channel and just scroll down and see the videos that I do. But really, the Facebook thing really is the best, because that's whatever stuff I find I put up. It's not me picking and choosing a story. So, but you know, they just child molestation, sexual exploitation of children is the #1 crime that these bad cops are doing. And I see no end in sight. I see nothing of law enforcement trying to do anything about it. Law enforcement is too busy trying to manipulate children and get to the parents by doing all these wonderful things with kids, like trick or treat, get the candy out of a police car, you know, stuff a trunk with presents at Christmas time. You got the lemonade stands, the ice cream cone, get your free Slurpee, and always pictures with little kids. They inundated us with Halloween pictures with little kids, but this is what they're doing. Instead of trying to fix themselves, they're trying to manipulate you into seeing them differently. But you're smart in that, I hope. I hope you see all these stories that I do and realize that there's a lot of psychopaths out there, a lot of predator cops out there. You know, they're heroes by day, but they're predators by night. I'm John Van Dyke for New Jersey Exposed. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Till next time.
PSA to everyone out there. I'm speaking for myself, but I'm probably speaking for a large majority of other officers out there. If we're driving on the freeway in our police car, get the out of the way. Get the out of the way. If you merge and we follow behind you and we merge too, you're probably in trouble. Best way to find that out is get the out of the way. I can go 90 miles an hour. You can't. You can't do that. So get the out of the way. If us officers stay behind you long enough, we can find a reason to pull you over. So you might as well get the out of the way. Super simple.